Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I done 6 years. Even today I do civil projects as well if they come along.
Okay.
Then the past 4 years I'm active on Salesforce. And it's into my training experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've got nearly 5 years now. I think I could be honest, 4.5 years of training experience online. I mean, I do online trainings. I do in class. I used to be in class, but lack of time now. And I do now and then some corporate trainings as well.
So you've been teaching Salesforce for the past 4 years?
I've been teaching Salesforce for past 1.5 to 2 years now.
Okay.
I've been teaching civil before that. I was
Oh,
actually
okay.
one of the corporate trainers for Oracle, Wipro, Franklin Templeton, things like that.
Okay, okay. Got
That
it.
was civil, and then I came into Salesforce. That's
Okay.
about me. And your name is Tom. What I'm interested to know is your current background and your technical skills and your expectation out of the course. Are you want to learn? What's your current background?
So currently, I mean, with my experience, I have like 8 years experience, but the problem is I am into mainframes.
Okay.
And it's been quite a long time, and due to many reasons I could never switch, and I thought now it's pretty high time I should switch.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that's good.
yeah, so technically speaking, it's mainframe, natural database, those kind of stuffs that I'm working on. I
Any
know
program?
basic. I know basic SQL stuff and COBOL, that kind of stuff. But then,
Okay. Any
yeah,
object
I'm
oriented?
not. Yeah, that's the problem. So that's what my question was. I mean, I'm not. Maybe I did 1 month of training or something back, maybe 10 years back or something in Java and all, but
Yeah,
'cause I never
pretty much.
worked on it. I don't have any hands-on.
And yeah, 10 years back, picture is
Yeah,
totally changed now. And today, you don't even know
exactly.
Java, but be a programmer. You know, earlier Google was not
Correct.
that famous. Today Google is there, so you can get any
Right.
information, anything. And it's saving lives, careers as well,
Right.
right? So
That's
today
a
things
different
are very
story.
different.
Yeah. But then,
Things are not really that hard as they were in the past. So in many ways, things are easier today. And
right.
what is your expectation? Why, as you said, you want to switch technologies,
So
right? So,
yeah, so basically that was my prime objective. So I just wanted to get out of mainframe, and then second, I didn't want to get into something which is also kind of old. Or so I tried I thought of Informatica, but then there are a lot of people into Informatica. So after some research and
correct.
stuff, I came to know Salesforce is something for which I don't need a lot of prerequisites. Maybe I do need a little bit of oops concepts, but still there is a good market out there, and so I thought maybe something that I can look
Yes,
out for.
information is right. Your information was right. Uh, Pretty much compared to other technologies, Salesforce is not
Hello?
even half as tough as it. Okay. Hello, Tom, can you hear me? Hello,
Right.
Tom,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
can.
See, Salesforce is not no as even half as tough as other technologies, but you would reap equal benefits or even more.
Right.
Because Salesforce is pretty new now in the market.
Okay.
So
So
having got that information, yeah, you're asking something?
no, I was saying, having said that, based on my background, my mainframe and non-oops knowledge, how
Yeah.
how difficult you think it would be for me to, you know,
I would
first?
scale on a scale of 10. Let me give you numbers. I think 5 or 6 is the difficulty you would face.
Okay. Okay.
It's average difficulty. Like Informatica, you have to put a lot of effort, like 8 to 9.
Well, I mean, in Informatica, I thought I just need to know SQL, which was okay. I mean, and
What is it? But then you need to write procedures. It doesn't end there.
okay.
You need to schedule jobs. You need to write batch processes, and you need to wait long hours. A lot of things. Database is all game of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tension job. I've seen people working late nights, weekends, when there are data
True.
migrations. This.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one wants to really interest in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Comparatively, a Salesforce is pretty cool job. You are
Okay.
and you don't need software
And
testing.
and what about the projects? I mean, I thought Salesforce is not very long-term project. It would be like short-term projects, right? Every project.
We will give you more information. Sure.
Okay.
Let's get on with the demo. With
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. At the end, we'll have this discussion again about
Okay.
Salesforce. Let me ask 3 more questions to you, and that gives me a clear ground where to start with. So
Okay.
let me ask you, what do you think about cloud, and what do you think about CRM, and what do you think about Salesforce? In your words.
Okay. Cloud, I thought, is something which for which you don't need everything is a virtual memory. I mean, the server is virtual. I mean, nothing is on your system physically, so
Okay.
everything is stored somewhere. Maybe if we say take Salesforce, it's at such Salesforce location, so the server is located virtually. Even the memory, the storage, software, hardware, everything is remote.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what do you think CRM is?
CRM is the client relationship management or something. Yeah. So from what I understand, CRM is basically uh, something for which is used to understand the client's requirements and how we can manage those requirements and how we can, something like Google. I mean, if you do a search today, Google will take that search and then start giving you advertisements every day. Something like, so based on our feedback, based on our response.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, so that's fine. I just want to know your idea on it. So what do you think Salesforce is?
Yeah, so Salesforce, I thought, is one of those CRMs. I mean, one of those customer relationship tool which is on cloud. And
Okay.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, which will assist you to achieve that, right? What you wanted in CRM.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that says some things. Now let's start with something. This demo mainly focuses on giving you a clear picture about what is cloud and what is CRM and what is Salesforce and what you are going to learn and how your career is going to be and what is the agenda and rest of the topics. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with what is cloud. As you rightly said, it's remote hosting. It is one way of interacting with computers. We would call it as. It's called computing.
Mm-hmm.
So generally the word comes with conjunction computing, cloud computing. Okay, so computing means what? Interacting or using computers. So there are other ways you interact with computers as well. You might have experienced them already, like autonomous computing, a standalone computer like your desktop at home. You install a game in it, you have to come back to your desktop and play. Standalone. You got client-server model. This is quite famous, right? Everywhere in the past decades, biggest implementations were done on this model. There are servers everywhere, and client machines with certain configuration are connected to the servers. Lighter version of the software is installed on the clients, and they connect to the server.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got mainframes. This is one way of computing, huge computing power. And you got grid computing, where you bring computers in network when hardware was quite expensive. This was a game used to build Unix and Linux OSs. And you got utility computing in you pay as you go and use it. So that's also one way you interact with computers. You got peer-to-peer networks. All your torrents you download coming from peer-to-peer computing. This is also one way you interact with computers. So this is all the fun, all those different ways you interact with computers. All the ways you join to one road, you have to interact with computer, and these are all different ways you do that. Along with all these technologies we were using, models of interacting with computers, there was always a need, and that was there from the very beginning. That's looking into other desktop or controlling a computer remotely. That need was there from the very beginning because hardware cannot be always replicated. It would be really expensive. So you want to control your system from a remote source. For that, your computer and the computer that you want to control should be on the same network. So we can have like LAN or LAN network, local area network connected to all the computers. We use some software like remote desktop or desktop sharing technologies. So these are some technologies that we use to control or look into the other computer and control it. For that to happen, you should have computers connected together in a LAN network, right? And it is like in a building you have got some 100 computers, then you connect them to a LAN network, that's good. But in a campus, if you have several buildings and each one has its own LAN, then you connect between LANs, that is called as WLAN. You can still control a computer which is in the wide LAN network if it is still there in the network, but you will be given privileges to do so, right? In late 90s or early 2000, there was a boom, internet, where HTTP protocol was widely accepted as a common protocol and everybody understands the HTTP transmission. So then the network, whichever comes under HTTP, is joined together, and that was called as worldwide network. Right? Whichever computer is there in that network, you can access that computer. And the good example is what is happening right now. You can see my screen. I've got a different IP in the www network, and you got a different IP, and you could see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So that is possible only because we are all in one network. And you can also control my machine. If I give you access to keyboard and mouse control, you could access any of the files, you can insert new files, you can delete files, you can update files, do whatever you wanted. Right? So that is the advantage of being in a common network. So when the technology called desktop sharing or remote desktop, these technologies, you have one limitation. What is that? You cannot control the incoming requests. Like if I give you keyboard and mouse control, you can do anything. I cannot control what and tell you, you only do this, you only do that. For that reason, what I would do is at my IP, at my computer, I will install a web server. Okay, and in that web server, I'll keep some files so that you only access those files. And if at all you wanted anything from my machine, from those files you pass the request. And that request will come in, and I'm going to use some server level coding like PHP or ASP or JSP, anything. And then translate that to what is your request, and then query accordingly and give back the results through the same web server. So having web server installed at an IP, you can control the request and you can control the response as well. Right? So that is what Google is also doing. So in our very same network www, there is a IP where Google is also hosting its system, right? But they have a big web server which can take millions of requests or maybe billions. Facebook is also there as one of the IP, but you cannot directly get into their computer and see because they have a control network that is through their web servers. Through their web server, they have a logic of interacting with the database and fetching you the right email of what you're seeing and pictures of what you stored, anything.
So, Sridhar, when you say web server, is that equivalent to a firewall that you are trying to?
Firewall is more with respect to your own system and internet. It's like security system basically,
Correct.
which is acting as a medium to filter the URLs. Okay.
But
firewall is part of the web server. Through web server, you can limit the URLs those are coming in, requests and all. You can keep a firewall at web server and control the request.
okay.
All in all, we combine that together and say a web server where it includes the security, it includes the limitations, it includes everything. It's acting as a medium between you and the actual system in the background. Okay. So over a period, as the technology is changing like this, the terminology also changed from desktop sharing to remote desktop. Today we call it as cloud. We call it as cloud because of two reasons. One is you are on the World Wide Web. It is there everywhere. It is there. It is flexible. And second thing is you have got a controlled operation present there. So when did you first start using or experiencing cloud services?
I don't know. I mean, anything on the web I thought would be considered cloud, right? I mean, if I even start.
Exactly. Anything on the World Wide Web, right? So if somebody is hosting some their company information like home page, services, contact us page, they're posting those pages online. So you are hitting their web server, and their web server is returning you, and they will always be there. They're remote. They're on cloud basically.
Got it.
Pretty much it. So that means the email services you use. So today you got social networking, email services, e-commerce. You got internet banking. Give me 1 second here.
Son.
Yeah, internet banking. So you can think about these now. Earlier, they were just limited to client-server models, but today you can have a controlled operation to access the bank servers, bank machines through individual login. Right?
Yep.
So you can book your tickets online. What's not? You can do anything that you were doing in client-server model. So why not CRM? Yes, idea is good. So to learn about why not CRM on cloud, you should learn what is CRM. As the definition means, it's abbreviated for customer relationship management. So nothing but managing the relationship with customer. That's what CRM means. Managing the relationships with customers. So when I use the word managing, what does that mean? Why do we need to manage in the first place? When are they completely unmanageable at the moment? Yes. And what are we managing? Relationships we are managing. So why do we need, first of all, a relationship with customer? Do we need a relationship? Yes, in today's competitive world, if you don't care your customer, somebody else will definitely care. Right? And if you're talking about relationship with the customer, first of all, why do we need a customer? Right? It, of course, it sounds silly, but without customer, there is no growth of the company. Revenue is generated from customers. So you should have customers. So once you have customers, then in today's competitive world, things have changed from past decades, multiple folds. Today there is nothing called monopoly. Earlier there was only Windows, there was only iPhone, there was only something else, some car, some electronic item. When they were first introduced, they were very unique. But today you got a lot of options. You got competitors, very good. So you have to really pay good attention to the customer, because customer is the one who has got a lot of choices. So one thing is that you should provide good quality product to impress the customer. Second thing is that you should give quick response. Whether you solve the problem or not, that's a different point, but quick response is important. So all the business, CRM is not a software. CRM is a subject. CRM is a subject that these business MBA people would learn how to manage the relationship with customers. So that's a big subject now, because everybody is trying to customer-centric businesses are always focusing on how to attract the customer and keep them with you for a long time. So that's how you why you want to build relationship with customers. So if you are building relationship with customers, with how many customers will you build the relationship? You got like millions of customers, for example, across the world, multinational companies. Then how would you maintain that records now? Because if you have only 2 persons of your friends to remember their contact details, you don't need a contact manager in your phone. But if you got hundreds of friends, everybody have got multiple phone numbers, home phone, business phone, cell phone, and then everybody has got email addresses, their own addresses, their Facebook account, social networking, a lot of details for each contact. So it is not very easy to remember all the stuff. So you need a contact manager. Similarly, relationship with the customer it grows in terms of volume and complexity as well on a regular basis. So in order to handle that, you need something sophisticated, of course, software to handle it. Like big companies, eBay and Amazon, these guys, have resources enough. They can create their own software. They have a team of IT developers. They can create their own softwares. Okay, but what about other companies which really don't want to venture into IT thing, because that's not their primary business? They want to readily purchase. See, a Samsung guy need not buy a phone outside. They build their own phones. But common persons or corporates, they just want to buy phones. They don't want to build phones. Similarly, you have to purchase something out in the market which is available. And lot of softwares out in the market which promise they are the best CRM products. They can help you achieve your goals pretty easily, quicker, faster. Yes. Out of all of them, there are few to mention good. They're like Salesforce, Oracle On Demand. You got Stable, you got PeopleSoft, you got Pega, you got JD Edwards, you got Clarify, you got Sugar CRM, you got MS Dynamics, you got SAP CRM, All of these are several CRMs out in the market. To name, we mentioned a few, but there are many others as well. But out of which there is a thick line between these and these two. Between these two and these two. These two are cloud-based. These two are cloud-based. Just want to have a border there. Yes. So these two are cloud-based CRMs. The other ones are client-server models. So when we discussed about different type of computing models, we have to also discuss the advantage of cloud over other computing models. What is the foremost advantage? Advantage is it's independent of hardware and software also. You don't need a particular computer, particular laptop. You can just use your mobile phone also to access your emails today, right? So it's completely independent. You don't need a particular software as well. You just need a browser and internet. That's all matters. And second big advantage is low cost. Low cost for whom? For the implementer, whoever wants to implement. So basically, if we are implementing a worldwide setup for a Siebel CRM in a client-server model base, then you can imagine.
Hello?
Tom, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tom?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. So it's saying low cost for the vendor, basically. You know, if I have to set up a client-server model, then I have to invest in servers at several locations, and I have to install the client machines of certain configurations, certain RAM and all. Okay, and all the softwares need to be invested on that, operating system and all that. And then again, I mean, real estate costs, electricity bills, and all of these is what I incur. You know? Whereas if it is a cloud server, you can place it at anywhere that you are comfortable in any country where storage costs are good, environment friendly, things like that, and you can easily maintain. So those are the advantages of cloud. The second advantage. Third advantage is multi-tenancy. Multi-tenancy is like a technical advantage where in a client-server model, typically you find client authenticating with server by providing username and password, and server after authentication will dedicate resources for the client, for that particular client, and that session will be there existing for till it is logged off. So that is actually a dedicated resources for individuals, whereas multi-tenancy architecture is like, it shares the resources across the users, like Google, Gmail and all, they share resources across so that there is less burden. At the same time, you can increase the performance and also the security, like everybody of your tenants remain in the same building in different flats, you can provide common security, better performance and all, rather than having them in different locations. That's multi-tenancy as a technical advantage, and maintenance is what really wins anybody's heart here. Because in a client-server model, if you even think of applying a patch, you can imagine, the amount of effort goes behind it. You have to intimate everybody the downtime of the server, and then at that time you should train the resources to do it, and then you have to duplicate that on all servers and all clients also to be updated with the patch. And it's a big process in itself. Whereas tomorrow you log into Yahoo, you find everything new look. You didn't even know what happened. That is cloud. So installation at one part is pretty easy to maintain. So these are all the advantages of cloud, and which amuses a newcomer in the market who wants to really focus on, want to be innovative in their own business. They don't want to take hassles of software, hardware, installation, setup, training, resources. Okay, all of this is not their job. They prefer going for some solution like this, which is ready-made, available online. They could purchase and then use it. Purchase the license and readily use it. So that's what the advantage of cloud over other competing models. So that's where you want to pick cloud-based CRMs compared to client-server-based CRMs. When you're talking about cloud-based CRM, Salesforce and Oracle On Demand, so which one is best out of those? For which we will talk somewhat the architecture, like user at one end using the application, and then they focus on that is built on a platform which is hosted on some infrastructure, and then you got something called server at the other end. Somebody is providing application as a service. You know what it is called as? Software as a service. SaaS we call it. Like Google emails, Google apps, Google videos, or anything, YouTube and all. Somebody is providing some software to you, like internet banking. They're providing a software to you to operate your account online. That's called software as a service. So anybody is hosting their application online, so that is SaaS. And platform as a service, that is a bit rare. Means somebody is providing a platform for issue on which you can Hello, Tom? Can't you hear me? Tom, can you hear me? Tom, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? I see my voice. No, whenever I'm speaking, my voice bar moving. Okay, do you see the message like talking Sridhar in the audio section? When I speak? Hello? Tom, can you hear me? Hello? Tom, can you hear me? Can you see my messages?
Hey,
Hello?
hey, Sridhar.
Hey, Tom.
Hey,
What
I just
happened?
called in using the phone. I don't know what happened. I couldn't hear you at all.
Oh, is it?
Starting
Yeah,
from
because
yeah.
I see the message talking Sridhar is coming, but when you're speaking, nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it just disconnected my audio for some reason, and then it's not connecting at all. So.
Okay, so is
Sorry,
phone fine with you? No problem?
Yeah, phone is fine. Phone is good. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, fine. So I was just saying, having software deployed online for you to use is called as software as a service, whereas platform itself means if you provide a platform like Google Sites, okay, where you can build websites using Google Sites, that's a platform. And you have Windows Azure, where you can code everything in Visual Studio and everything online, so that's Windows Azure. So that's the platform. So providing platform itself as a service is rare, but you can provide this SaaS and infrastructure as a service. Everybody provides infrastructure. Today a Google account provides nearly 10 GB of space for each and every individual Gmail. So that's good. So what does Oracle On Demand got? What is Salesforce.com? SFDC has got. So yes, both of them has got application, otherwise they are not cloud at all. They've got it. Platform, no for Oracle On Demand, yes for Salesforce, yes infrastructure, both of them provide infrastructure. Yes, so that's the biggest difference between Oracle On Demand and Salesforce.com. So that's you have to request Oracle guys to configure application for you, whereas you can do it yourself when you're using Salesforce. So that's basically Salesforce taking major market share, because you can easily configure Salesforce. Now, having said that, we can now make a comment about this. Salesforce is a CRM tool based on cloud model, right? So do you agree?
Yeah.
Salesforce is just one CRM tool like many other CRM tools. There are many, and CRM is one such domain, just like many domains like e-commerce, social networking, a lot of things. And cloud model is one such model like many other models like grid computing, client server models, and all. So if you are looking for Salesforce, that means you're completely narrowing down what you want to get into. So from mainframes, if you're shifting to Salesforce, you're not shifting to Salesforce, but you're in turn shifting to a domain called CRM. So tomorrow Salesforce be there or not, that's a different thing. But CRM will always exist. CRM is always fresh also.
Okay. Now, your statement that you're switching from mainframe to CRM, how bad does that sound?
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. See, mainframes is something that is not a hot topic today, right? That was there a decade back. Now, yeah. CRM is hot, and CRM will be hot forever, because CRM needs as such. I mean, it always has to be fresh. You have to contact the customer, and customer reactions. You will start, going to next level to impress the client to any level, and that never ends. So CRM is always fresh. CRM is always there. So new products come with different, because till yesterday there was Siebel taking the major market share. Now Salesforce is giving good competition in the mid-level and small company levels. So tomorrow something else might come up with special features, good features. So this is always there, but in the CRM domain, you will never hit a end point. So you will always see something new, and you should be ready to learn something new. What is software again, right? So Salesforce is one such software in CRMs which is currently using the cutting edge technologies like web services and Google Apps integration, social network integration, CTI integration, readily available. So that's really a very perfect CRM for a moderate business, who wants to really quick start on marketing or sales or service, but don't have any setup on IT right now, but would like to compete with the major or bigger players in the market. So definitely Salesforce is a go, and they really like Salesforce. So in this Salesforce, like, what do we have to learn? Like, Salesforce has got two components mostly, that is administration and development. Administration in Salesforce and development is again two parts. Like, it has got Visual Force and it has got effects. So administration is configuring the system. You set up the organizations, and you set up the naming conventions according to your company. So what and all necessary for your company, you're going to configure that what given by Salesforce. So that is admin. It's only point and click technology, so nothing much there. All are wizards, so you just go through each of them and learn how to do it. That's all. So that might not be sufficient every time. So development is something that might pitch in at one point or other. So where you will be supposed to learn how to present new features in Salesforce. So when you have to add new features, you might want to add new pages to show your data in a different way, and you might want to add new logic also. So Visualforce is to create new pages, whereas Apex is to create new logic or extending Salesforce. Extending Salesforce, you could do it, by Java lookalike language called Apex, where OOPS based on any Java core Java is enough to start with. So while creating pages, the basic understanding about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Ajax could be necessary. I said understanding. You don't have to be experts on that. So just understanding is more than enough, and you can get that understanding pretty easily in a couple of hours when you go to w3schools.com if you're not sure about it. So this is a website called W3Schools, where you can go through and learn a lot of stuff there. And then it's just a 2-hour job, to get a hang of what HTML is. It's pretty one of the very simple language of browser. Okay, the whole course would take around 30 days for us to complete. 30 hours basically. So typically 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, Monday to Saturday, including both Monday and Saturday IST. Okay, and in the process you will be given 2 applications, real-time apps, for you to practice and build them. So practicing them will make you equivalent to a 1.5 to 2-year-old experienced guy in most domain.
When you said 2 real-time, it's kind of projects, or what kind of?
Yeah. We call apps here, like applications basically. So creating them is like working on 2 different projects altogether. One will be simpler, one will be moderately complex, so you get a hang of it, what's going on.
Okay. And it's only 30 hours, because I thought when I spoke to the coordinator, he said it's 40 hours.
Which one?
No, is it only 30 hours, the whole course?
The entire course is just 30 hours. Yeah.
Because when I spoke to the coordinator, he said it was 40 hours, that's why.
He gets confused because regularly they are just coordinators for almost like any package, OBIE and SAP and all that they do. So generally they are like bigger packages where they need installations and all that takes time. But here you don't need, it's a cloud-based software, so installations and all are not there. So pretty much in 30 hours we can get the concept. Yeah.
And the timings, what kind of timings would be?
Yeah, what are the best timings? Where are you located? Tell me that.
I'm in New Jersey, so Eastern time.
It's Eastern time zone. Oh, it is too late now. It's now like midnight.
Yeah,
30.
12:30. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So New York time zone. So I need to, because recently I'm gonna start one more session. How about when the time is 5 a.m. for me? So that's like 7:30 for you. How is it for you? 7:30 p.m.
It's too soon for you. 7:30 is too soon. I don't have to 7:30.
Is 7:30 p.m. soon for you? Can you not attend?
Yeah, actually, I might be coming late from work sometimes, so.
Okay. So what time is, convenient for you?
I was thinking anything after 9 is good, but I don't know how comfortable.
After 9 your time, right?
Yeah, Eastern.
Let me see. That is your 9. is
That's
like 6:30. Your 9 p.m. is like 6:30 for me, right? So 6:30 and 7 o'clock is also fine because 7 o'clock slot is getting free soon. Okay, so that might in another 4-5 days, that the other slot gets
that's
completed.
perfect.
Right?
I mean,
yeah. So that's like 9:30 time, 9:30 p.m. for you.
Right.
Okay. So that's